Well, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving this weekend. That word thankful in the Bible is actually the word Eucharist. You might recognize that as pertaining to the Lord's Supper. And it comes out of that because during the Lord's Supper, Jesus broke the bread and he gave thanks. But thankfulness I have found to be an odd thing because I think people say they're thankful when really what they mean is that they're happy with the situation. The Bible has all sorts of positive and negative connotations when it comes to thankfulness. Jesus tells a story about a Pharisee who had kind of an arrogant thankfulness. He thanked God that he was better than other people. The Apostle Paul wrote that a lack of willingness to honor God, to be thankful, was a sign of an unregenerate heart. It's kind of where our natural inclinations take us. But there's another story in the Bible about Jesus. I'm going to be preaching on this Sunday, where Jesus heals 10 lepers, but only one comes back and thanks him. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that means. But let me just challenge you this Thanksgiving holiday to consider this, because thankfulness requires a couple of things. Number one, thankfulness requires we recognize that we've received something that we didn't deserve. I know we use it as a courtesy. When you buy something, you give them some money, they give you the product, and you say thank you. And it is a courtesy because that's not the way it works. Thankfulness is something that you give when you realize that you didn't deserve it. In other words, you didn't give them any money, but they gave it to you anyways. That's thankfulness. It also requires that there be a recipient of that thankfulness or a recipient of the gratitude. It doesn't make sense to say thank you if you're in an empty room. You've got to have somebody you're saying thank you to. Now, this may be obvious, but maybe it isn't. Maybe we need to take a little time and kind of meditate on what is it that I have that I didn't really earn, that I don't really deserve. And secondly, who should I be thankful to for those things? Ultimately, friends, every good and perfect gift comes from God. So even though we should be thankful to each other for the things that we do for each other, there would be no each other apart from God. And also, ultimately, the greatest gratitude would be the gratitude for the grace of life and life eternal. Anyway, some things to think about on Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great weekend. God bless you. And think about who to be thankful to and for what.